Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is Friday, May 29th, 2026. This is Truth News. Today, we're going to talk about a few things. Let me read the First Amendment to the Constitution of the United States of America, which is the law, because evidently local law enforcement, state law enforcement, federal law enforcement, intelligence agencies, politicians, all the way up to the president seem to think we don't live in the United States of America anymore and we, the people, no longer have rights. First Amendment to the Constitution. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. For petitioning my government for a redress of grievances, I have been kidnapped 4 times, human trafficked through mental health facilities, attempted to be forcefully drugged numerous times. You got to take the trazodone. You got to take the Repsol, whatever it is. These demonic, satanic creatures that rape, murder, and sell children send their goons who dress up as law enforcement, LARPers, live-action role players, to come and kidnap U.S. citizens because we, the people, are sick of our government raping, murdering, eating children, lying about it, stealing our money, sending all of our money to some country the size of New Jersey, responsible for genocide after genocide after genocide after genocide, genocide in Lebanon, genocide in Gaza, genocide in the United States of America of innocent children. Oh, but I'm crazy. Oh, I'm crazy because I don't want children raped, murdered, sold, and eaten. Oh, I'm crazy because I can read the Epstein files on the United States Department of Justice website. Yeah, how about that? Midwest City Police Department, Gettner Drummond, Attorney General, who don't even open his office. Public office. Don't even open its doors to the public. They're so scared. Or maybe they're gnawing on newborns and chewing on children inside the Attorney General's office. Scumbags, trash. Welcome to America. Freedom of speech. If you don't like the truth, go to Israel. Go to Tel Aviv. Go to Jerusalem. They hate the truth over there. They hate Jesus Christ. They hate children. They hate human beings. They think everyone's goyim. Everyone is just slaves to their Jewish satanic occult. Get out of America if you don't like America. And it's pretty plain and obvious you don't like America. You don't like human beings. You don't like children. You don't like freedom of speech. You don't like the truth. So, yeah, I'm going to be filing 1981 forms all across this country. Now that I've figured out how to file a federal lawsuit, oh yeah, I already got one in Riverside County, and I'm about to start filing them nonstop. 1981 federal lawsuits for violation of constitutional and civil rights. All because my son is a victim of child sex trafficking, kidnapped, sexually assaulted, and presumably murdered. According to Capitol Police Intelligence in 2024, my son is dead. And the United States government says, stop calling, your son's dead. Yeah, okay, millions of other children are dead too. Does that mean nobody should say anything about it? We shouldn't stand up? I don't think so. So, oh, by the way, this is a protein shake today. I just got back from the gym, but I'm going to go through Kyle Kalinske real quick. I saw this clip the other day, and he pretty much summed all of this up.
Strange. Why would you do that? Well, it's because that guy is a mass murderer. That's why. Because he was leading a system that was rejecting countless claims. United Health was the worst, by the way. They rejected the most claims, which means a lot of people didn't get the care that they needed, and they died. Or they went bankrupt trying to get the care. So everybody has a story of using this healthcare system with people dying, people getting killed, and feeling like this should be illegal. And then you got some guy who's making millions and millions of dollars at the head of that system, acting like it's okay. No, it's organized systemic violence. It's routine violence. It's the violence of poverty. It's the violence of exploitation. It's corporate capitalist violence. And you would think a smart person would go, let's reevaluate the system when that happens. But no. Instead, let's shove our head in the sand and say, oh, you guys support political violence, and that's unacceptable. Fuck you, you support political violence. You support the violence that gets people killed all day, every day with the private criminal health insurance system. Fuck you, Jesus Christ.
Fighters. It is the reason why they don't care about the Nazi thing is because they like the other stuff. Yeah. So that's totally fine. The difference between Dems and Republicans come down to one thing. They apply moral value to political preference. And that would make sense if your political party praised Hitler or protected murderers and sex fiends.
That's literally what the Republicans are doing. Oh my God. How many stories have we had of Republican, young Republican group chats where they are praising Hitler? Elon Musk, Zig Heiling, fucking goose-stepping, Stephen Miller, a Jewish Nazi. Yes, you guys not only praise Hitler, but you are also protecting pedophiles. So you're right, like, the things you're saying are real. It just applies to you and not to Democrats. And yes, Democrats believe in universal health care and free college and a living wage and ending the wars. And
what that's called is projection. When you're doing all the filthy, nasty crimes against humanity and you're saying, but you, that's called projection. It's psychological warfare. It's childish, it's juvenile, it's immature, it's stupid. Stupid on stilts. The United States government is a satanic occult owned and operated by Israel. Bibi Netanyahu, Miriam Adelson, Josh Hammer, Peter Thiel, those are the real owners of America.
A Green New Deal and taxing the rich and ending the corruption and all these good things. And that is morality, right? Like, that's what morality is. You guys are immoral. That's what you are.
It's not the Republicans, but they've always compared Republicans to some kind of existential threat. They've done it with climate change. They've done it with compassion. They do it with Trump. That allows them to label us as amoral. But we know, and Harold would agree, Republicans are not evil. We have a different path to the pursuit of happiness and serenity in people's lives. Safety.
No, it is immoral to actively support the illegal carpet bombing and triple tapping of a little girl's school in Iran. That's immoral. That's evil. It doesn't matter how many different ways you try to spin it. It is immoral and it is evil to support the bombing of fishing boats off the coast of Venezuela. Trump's killed 180 people. Greenlighting bombing of random fishing boats, dinghy fishing boats. Okay? That's immoral. That's evil. It's immoral and it's evil when you increase drone strikes 400% and kill massive numbers of civilians. It's immoral and it's evil when you do an illegal war of aggression against a country that didn't attack us, multiple countries that didn't attack us. It's immoral and it's evil when you fully embargo the country of Cuba and try to starve them to death to try to force regime change. That's immoral. That's evil. It's immoral and it's evil to pardon a guy who laundered money for Al-Qaeda because that guy got involved in a corrupt business deal with you where he bought your world liberty tokens. That's immoral. That's evil. Okay? I can go on here, but I don't need to. You get the point. This man is immoral. This man is evil. It's not amoral. You guys are immoral. It's not, oh, we just have a different view. No. You're immoral. You're evil. That's what you are. You don't care about the fact that you actively are you kicked 18 million people off of Medicaid. You took away 18 million people's health care. That's evil. People will die as a direct result of what the fuck you did. You guys all cheered on Elon Musk as he cut USAID, which has now led to millions of deaths because people don't get their malaria medication. They don't get their HIV medication. There's a massive Ebola outbreak because you destroyed the Ebola preparedness and the teams that were to address that. That is evil. You are evil. When you cut Meals on Wheels, that means people starve. That is evil. You are evil. When you cut pediatric cancer research after it's been proven that we have potential cures, that is evil. You are evil. We're not doing this thing anymore where it's like, oh, what is moral? What is immoral? We just have a different idea. No, you're fucking evil. You're fucking immoral. Own the consequences of your fucking actions. Own it. Don't fucking run away from it. Don't pretend like it's okay. I just have a different conception of what makes sense. No, in no world is it okay to triple tap a little girl's school. In no world is that okay. Then Marco Rubio had the nerve to come out the other day and say, it's illegal what they're doing in shutting down the Strait of Hormuz. Oh, now you want to talk about legality? Now you want to talk about legality. After you waged an illegal war against a country that didn't attack us, it wasn't a threat to us, and you bombed schools and hospitals. Now you care about what's legal? Shut the fuck up. We don't trust you. We don't like you. We think you're stupid. We think you're dumb. We think you are the classic example of the banality of evil. You think nothing of it. Like, oh yeah, I just support Trump, and what's so bad about that? Meanwhile, that's no different than being like, yeah, support Hitler. What's the problem? What's the issue there? It's the banality of evil. Yes, otherwise regular people can get themselves to get up in the morning, put on their clothes, and go be a guard at a motherfucking concentration camp. Okay? You're actively supporting ICE concentration camps. You are just as evil as the fucking Nazis are. 100%. No doubt about it. You just don't see it that way because you are blinded by American supremacism. Oh, we can't be that bad. Why? Because we're us. I'm me. Do you not understand that? I'm me. So I'm okay because I'm me and I mean well. And so I don't think of myself as bad. Therefore, I can be as bad and evil as I want. And it doesn't count because I think I'm good and because I mean well. And so I'm allowed to do all these things, and it's different. But that's the thing, it's not. Every fucking evil empire throughout history has always told themselves, we're special, we're different, we're spreading the right values. The fuck you are. The fuck you are. It's a fucking joke.
I don't care that you hate Trump. Why should you care that I like him?
Because he's basically new Hitler. That's why. It's like liking Netanyahu. He's new Hitler. Like, these are new Hitler. These are people who they only want death. They only want destruction. They only want to self-enrich. They only want the worst for their enemies. These are not serious people. These are evil people. There's a black void at the center of this man. This is not like, hey, I like vanilla ice cream. You like chocolate ice cream. Who cares? This is not like that. This is way, way deeper than that. This is about human values. Don't pretend like this is not a big deal. It's a huge deal.
Would be because he's evil. He's like a Nazi.
Correct.
Well, this is where the whole thing falls apart.
Does it?
What does that mean to me if I'm your Republican friend who voted for Trump? That you would believe I would support a Nazi? We've been friends for years. I've been through this.
He has no idea about the banality of evil. That book, Ordinary Men, read the book Ordinary Men, and it gets into this. Otherwise normal people who end up supporting the biggest atrocities, the worst things imaginable. Yes, it turns out somebody can smile in your face and shake your hand and share a pasta dinner with you and talk about the score of the game, but fundamentally, they're party loyalists and they're okay with all sorts of atrocities. And that's what you guys are. Look, maybe you would have had an argument if it was just 2016 Trump. People voted for Trump in 2016. Maybe they thought, hey, I think he's going to keep my jobs here. I think Hillary's going to outsource the jobs. I think he's going to raise my wages. I think Hillary's not going to. I think maybe he's saying more anti-war things than Hillary. I don't want wars. In 2016, maybe you had an argument. By 2020 and 2024, shut the fuck up. You know exactly what this man is about. Exactly. You don't get to do, oh gosh golly, who could have known he would do all these evil things? Shut the fuck up. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Everybody sees it.
You have to realize that's illogical, because how were we friends for 10 or 20 years and now you found out I was a fascist? How did that happen? Right. You knew I was a right-winger in the 80s, in the 90s, and now all of a sudden you're like, oh, I can't be seen with him. So the key moment of in the self-realization of a liberal should be, if your dad loves Trump and you love your dad, shouldn't you maybe question whether your dad doesn't love a Hitler figure, and therefore maybe Trump is not a Hitler figure? And that flaw in your thinking should put into question the reliability on your filter on your life, that this thing is not working. It's not translating. If I love my dad and my dad voted for Trump, but I think Trump is Hitler, there's something wrong with my logic. Your dad is not a Nazi lover. This is why they break off relationships, because when they run into those people that they like and they love, it calls into question that filter.
Here's the thing. The issue is, at no point in the past decade plus did you stop and go, wait, hold on, I can't support this. This is crazy. At no point, there was not a single point that you stopped and went, this one goes too far for me. And think about the number of things we've seen. Just take the beginning of Trump's second term. They cut pediatric cancer research. They cut NOAA and the National Weather Service, so our weather forecasting is worse, and some people have died because of that when there were flash floods, okay? Meals on Wheels was cut. The CFPB was cut. That's the anti-corporate cops, where if you're going to get, defrauded by big financial institutions, they're the ones that are going to come in and save the fucking day. That was destroyed by Elon and by Trump. They cut the nuclear safety officials. They cut FEMA, the Department of Education. They fired 83,000 veterans. They cut 50% of the Social Security offices. They fired 250,000 public workers. At no point, they got rid of all the food safety inspectors, the air traffic controllers, the scientific research was cut, the medical research was cut. Like, at no point did you look at any of this and go, I'm against that. At no point. There was nothing Trump has ever done that made you go, you know what? A little bit too far. You know what? Randomly deciding on a Tuesday to go murder Qasem Soleimani, who was no threat to us whatsoever and was fighting ISIS on the ground. I think that was kind of unnecessary. I don't think we probably should have done that. I think at no point, all the fucking coups, all the wars, all the tax cuts for the rich, all the raising taxes on regular people, all the kicking people off healthcare, all the hundreds of thousands of jobs being outsourced, at no fucking point. Nothing he said, nothing he did, nope. And that's why you guys are disgusting, is that clearly it's a cult. You work backwards from your conclusion. I like this guy, and therefore I will justify and rationalize no matter what. That's why it's unacceptable, okay? We all have people around us who've been around us or in the family or friends who ended up being Trump supporters. And yeah, we manage it and we deal with it. But the fact of the matter is, at this point, we are fucking judging you. And if anything, we were too lenient for too long. We should have been judging you harder for a longer amount of time. Okay? And you don't like it. You don't like it that the chickens are coming home to roost. You don't like it that history is catching up to where we are. And that's the thing, right? Is that history is the harshest judge, bro. It's the harshest fucking judge. And so in the same way you had people part of the Nazi party back in the day, you look at those pictures now from back then, you go, holy, how did people fall for that? You will be looked at the exact motherfucking same. And if you can't handle that, that's a you problem. That's not a me problem. It's not an us problem. That's a you problem. We're just acknowledging it in real time. We're just bringing it up to your face. Now, if anything, you should listen to us because we're trying to fucking help you. Get the fuck out of the cult and actually grow a conscience and actually stand for morality.
Asking a lot of them to use logic because they're not obviously using it. They're using it.
And I want to agree with Kyle Kalinske, even though he says a lot of curse words, and I feel him. I feel his passion. I feel his drive, his dedication. Get out of the cult and grow a conscience. This is a cult, a satanic occult. Candace Owens says it's a cult. Tucker Carlson says it's a cult. Anna Kasparian says it's a cult. Jinx says it's a cult. Kyle Kalinske says it's a cult. Keith Edwards, cult. Everybody sees this as a satanic occult. They call themselves Jews. They are not Jews. It's in the Bible. Be wary of those who say they are Jews but are not, because they are liars. That's where we're at.
Emotion, and Trump, for some reason, it makes them so emotional. They're breaking up marriages, Jillian.
Honestly, breaking up marriages over politics is the most relatable thing of all time. How can you be with somebody if you don't share the same core values? That makes no sense to me. How can you be with somebody if your idea of right and wrong is polar fucking opposite? How can you be with somebody who's bigoted, right? I mean, what do you talk about? What do you talk about? We're just going to fucking talk about the weather all day? Is that what you're going to do? So yeah, they don't like it now that there's social consequences for what they've done for the past decade. But you know what? You guys were the one who came out and puffed your chest out and said, fuck around and find out, bro. We don't care about your liberal feelings. Give me those liberal tears. You can't say that. You can't believe that. And then all of a sudden, when we start saying, yeah, bro, like, we agree. We're done with you. Like, we want nothing to do with you. Here's our liberal tears. Like, we're just going to go ahead and walk away and do something else now because you're disgusting. You can't then go, well, I demand that you come back here and befriend me. Go fuck yourself. So they're going to cry, they're going to whine, they're going to bitch, they're going to moan. But deep down, it's because they know we're right. It's because they know we're right. It's because this isn't just a disagreement anymore. This isn't just a disagreement. Like, you can't, we just have a disagreement on who counts as human, right? Like, no, fuck that. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time.
I'm going to play another clip. I got to cue it up here. And it's going to be John MacArthur. I was listening to this last night. I listen to John MacArthur every night, read my Bible every night. And I got to cue up the right pieces. We're going to have to go through the ads. Maybe not. Sometimes John MacArthur don't have ads. He don't. But let me see.
The 11th chapter of Hebrews, you can turn to it.
Get this to the right spot.
Walk away. Don't turn away, chapter 6. Or it's impossible for you to be renewed again to repentance. And here we find it again in chapter 10, verse 38. Don't come close to Christ and then shrink back. We are not of those who shrink back to destruction. What's going on here is the apostle who wrote this, or the writer who is associated with the apostle, some of the apostles, is basically saying to Jewish people, that's why it's called Hebrews, you have heard about Christ, you have somehow connected yourself to the church of Jesus Christ, you're around, you're interested, you're close, come all the way to Christ. Don't go back. Don't fall away. Don't neglect the salvation that has been offered to you. These warnings are all through this epistle, and they are dire warnings, to put it mildly. If you go back to chapter 10, verse 29, how much severer punishment do you think he will deserve who has trampled underfoot the Son of God and has regarded as unclean the blood of the covenant by which he was sanctified and has insulted the Spirit of grace? For we know him who said, vengeance is mine, I will repay. And again, the Lord will judge his people. It is a terrifying thing to fall into the hands of the living God. This epistle is written to a group of believers. But within that group of believers, there were Jews who had come to participate in some external way in the fellowship, but had not come all the way to Christ. They are warned that they better come, or the end is serious and eternal disaster. Put your faith in Jesus Christ is the message of the book of Hebrews. Because only in Christ can you have eternal life. It's not enough to be connected on the outside. So as we look at the end of chapter 10, we have a warning added to all the other warnings. Come to Christ. Come to Christ. And here we find, again in verse 38, what we already know to be true if we know anything about the Bible, and that is that you come to Christ by faith. By faith. Now here is the real problem at this point. You have many of these Jewish people who had come to Christ by faith and were the true church, the true believers, or identified all through this epistle in that way. But you also had Jews who had come close, but not all the way to Christ, and they were in danger of falling back. And the difficulty for them was to move from, and you will understand this, a system where they earned their salvation to the gospel where they received it not by works but by faith. The first century Jews had a religion of works. The first century Judaism was not even Old Testament Judaism. It was essentially an apostate form of Old Testament religion. Because the Old Testament said, the just shall live by faith. Abraham believed God, and it was counted to him for righteousness. Salvation was always by faith. This is the only way anyone was ever saved from the beginning of redemption to the end. But a simple study of the Gospels will reveal the fact that the Judaism of the New Testament era was not a true Judaism. It wasn't even a legitimate Old Testament Judaism. It had a corrupt leadership. The priests, the scribes, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, all of them were corrupt. All of them represented the kingdom of darkness. Jesus said, "You're all of your father, the devil." Even though they thought they represented God, they did not. Any system of salvation by works, by effort, by doing something, by earning it, is a satanic counterfeit of the truth. So what's
Satanic. John MacArthur, right there. Satanic counterfeit of the truth. That's what these Jews are. That's what Israel is. That's what Bibi Netanyahu is. That's what Donald Trump is. They are a satanic occult of pedophiles. And we got a whole bunch of people drinking the Kool-Aid, from local, state, federal law enforcement, intelligence agencies, mayors, governors, U.S. attorneys, attorney generals, all drinking the Kool-Aid of this satanic occult. The go along to get along, to follow the leader. Monkey see, monkey do. Bunch of idiots. And claiming to be public servants of we the people, using our tax dollars, who are supposed to do what we say, work for us. We the people are a self-governing nation. We elect people to do what we want. Not kidnap us and human traffic us for reporting child sex trafficking because they can't keep their dicks out of children. And speaking of which, before I close with a Bible verse, as always, let's make the man famous who's responsible for all these YouTube videos. The state judge, Kelly Hansen, thousands of victims of children kidnapped, raped, molested, tortured, abused, and sold. 17 years worth of victims. And because I reported this to the FBI, the Secret Service, Homeland Security, U.S. Marshals, Midwest City Police Department, Oklahoma City Detective Intelligence, Grand Junction Police Department, San Diego Police Department, Riverside County Sheriff's Department, Marietta Police Department, all of those law enforcement agencies have all decided that it is better to defend a 17-year serial child rapist than to serve law and order in the United States of America and protect children. They have no interest in protecting children. They want to protect pedophiles. That scumbag right there, State Judge Kelly L. Hansen, thousands of victims of children. He has kidnapped, stuck his dick in, murdered, tortured, and sold. 17 years he's been doing it. And every law enforcement agency from Marietta, California to Midwest City, Oklahoma defends this scumbag. They wear a shield, took an oath to serve our nation, claim to be law enforcement, and are protecting this serial child rapist on my tax dollars and making me out to be the bad guy because I don't want children abused, harmed, raped, murdered, sold, or eaten. I'm the bad guy. Yeah, okay. Okay. Anyway, but I digress. We're going to keep making these videos. I anticipate 30 years of this. I'm almost 5 years in. I anticipate 25 more years of this every day. 2 a day is at the gym, reading the Bible, making YouTube videos, federal casework with Rocana, Massey, Garcia, on and on and on, because law enforcement in America has no interest in protecting children. Law enforcement in America does not arrest pedophiles. Law enforcement in America does not arrest child rapists. Matter of fact, they stick dicks in children too. They stick dicks in children too. Because if you're not arresting the people who are sticking dicks in children, you might as well stick your dick in a child too. That's how I see it. Complacency, guilt by complicity. So we're going to go with Ephesians 4. I read this last night. Walk in unity. And this is what before I went to bed, I read this, and it really just made me think. And I am so grateful that I gave my life to Jesus. It's not easy. It's the hardest thing I've ever done is serving Christ. It really is. The whole world has come against me. Satanic occult is being exposed. They are all coming against me. The FBI has assaulted me 3 times, using civilians to infiltrate me and spy on me and study me, intimidate me, bully, harass me, run their little psyops. The FBI is using civilians to run psyops on me because I went to the FBI and reported a child sex trafficking state judge. And I'm amazed at how many civilians just, oh, you want me to do that? Sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. I'm telling you right now, at the FBI, if any United States intelligence agency or law enforcement came to me and asked me to aid and abet them, I would be like, no, that's your job. Do your job. Do your job. I'm not doing your job for you. I'm not doing that. I'm not a shield. I'm not your little puppet. I'm a free-thinking, free citizen of a free nation. God bless America. But you'd be amazed at how many civilians just blindly follow the FBI so they can stick dicks in children. And some of these people have children themselves. That's what blows my mind. You have children yourself, and you're aiding and abetting the FBI to cover up sticking dicks in children. Unbelievable. The hypocrisy. The just brain dead zombies. Unbelievable. Walk in Unity, chapter 4, Ephesians. I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you to walk worthy of the calling with which you were called. And I want to stop there. That's why I read this. And it made me think, I didn't ask for this. I didn't choose this. I damn sure don't enjoy this. This isn't fun. Having my government terrorize my elderly mother, myself, and my family for 1,723 consecutive days. Having the federal government run around everywhere I go, infiltrate, telling civilians all these lies about me to try to paint this negative picture of me so they can stick dicks in children. It isn't fun having the FBI smack you in your face, elbow you in your head, and jam a server tray in your spine while you're just trying to live your life. It isn't fun living in a car for 3 years. It isn't fun not being able to use Western Union and going 9 days without food. Every month going 3 and 4 days without food. It's not fun. It's not fun. I don't enjoy it. It's not fun. But they continue to do this so they can stick dicks in children. They think it's funny to commit domestic terrorism on U.S. citizens so they can stick dicks in children. They think it's funny. Private citizens think they're doing something by aiding and abetting the FBI because it's the FBI. Like the FBI has ever done something for them. Like the FBI would ever do something for them. They'll do something to you. Oh, the FBI will do something to you, shoot you in your neck like Charlie Kirk, shoot you in your head like JFK. They'll do something to you, but they won't do anything for you. That I can promise you. But I digress. With all lowliness and gentleness, with long suffering, bearing with one another in love, endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. There is one body and one Spirit, just as you were called, and one hope of your calling. One Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of all, who is above all, and through all, and in you all. It says in this Bible that the Spirit of Christ will come live in you when you surrender your life to Him. But I'm crazy for believing it. Oh, you're allowed to read the Bible, but you need to go listen to T.D. Snakes. You need to go listen to Steve Furtick. You need to go listen to Paula White. Don't read the Bible and believe what the Bible says. No. Don't have your own thoughts. Listen to the military preachers. Go listen to Rob McCoy. Yeah, go listen to the guy running for governor of Colorado. Whatever his scumbag name is. Go listen to, the Bible says, let no one be a mediator between you and God except Jesus Christ. There's only one mediator between man and God. That's Jesus Christ. Not T.D. Snakes, not Joel Osteen, not Steve Furtick, not Rob McCoy, not TPUSA, not pedophile punk Donald Trump. None of these scumbags. I got no respect for liars, pedophiles, rapists, child sex traffickers, thieves. I got no respect for it. I hate evil. I do what the Bible says, and if you don't like it, I don't really care about your feelings. Don't really care about your LARPing positions. Don't care. Do your job or go to Tel Aviv, go to Jerusalem. You like Israel so much, go live in Israel. But I digress. We're over 30 minutes. I try to keep these at 30 minutes for the attention span of the sheeple running rampant in this country. Fox News said Jesse Waters, bunch of sheeple. Get the hell out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. Today is Friday. I'm off work today. I do 410s Monday through Thursday to enjoy Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I already went to the gym. And I will stay this course until the United States government returns the remains of my murdered child, according to Capitol Police Intelligence, Jim and Dee Dee. So until the United States government returns the body of Grayson Wayne Bass, kidnapped Thursday, September 9th of 2021, violently sexually assaulted by serial child rapist State Judge Kelly L. Hansen, and according to Capitol Police Intelligence, murdered in 2024, these YouTube videos, the phone calls, the emails, the federal casework will persist until my constitutional rights are acknowledged and crimes against humanity stop. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Everyone have a good weekend. I will see you either later today or tomorrow.